Three new developments about ongoing conflict in Ethiopia and Sudan, to viewers. Firstly, in the previous video, I informed you that large protests were expected in Sudan today because yesterday Sudanese opposition had called for protests on Saturday. So, what happened today in Sudan? Because Sudanese military had done large scale deployments on roads in Khartoum. Did people come out? We have some video clips for you. Secondly, I have an update from you from Western Tigray. What is happening there? We haven't discussed much about Western Tigray over the past few days. And thirdly, viewers, Ethiopian and Eritrean governments have issued statements in response to US sanctions on Eritrea announced yesterday. Both governments have issued statements. Isaias Afwerki and Abiy Ahmed, PM of Ethiopia, both are on the same page. The two statements issued by Eritrea and Ethiopia are accusing TPLF and they are calling upon the US to impose sanctions on TPLF. I'll have a detailed look at these two statements. Firstly, viewers, Sudan, what happened in Sudan today? Sudanese military was deployed along the roads in Khartoum. Main bridges connecting Khartoum with neighboring cities of Darman and others were closed by Sudanese military. Sudanese protesters, they started their protest and Sudanese military fired upon these protesters. Some have been injured as well. Then tear gas was also fired on protesters. But people took to the streets in large numbers. Sudanese people are amazing. They are ready to lay down their lives for democracy. I wonder how these Sudanese people tolerated Umar al-Bashir era. How did he rule these democratic souls for so many years? People perhaps do not want an other Umar al-Bashir in Sudan, and they believe perhaps that Al-Burhan could prove to be an other Umar al-Bashir. That is why they want to stop him now. They say this is the time to stop him. If he is allowed to continue, then he'll be here for years, for maybe decades. So they want to stop him here. That is why they were in the streets of Khartoum today in large numbers. Burhan is under pressure, viewers. He is not in control of the situation. Internet is still disconnected across Sudan, despite orders from a court that internet be restored in Sudan. It has not been restored so far. Sudanese government is under pressure. What will Al-Burhan do when people have shown their resolve that they will not give in? Watch a few video clips showing massive protests today which happened in Khartoum and other parts of Sudan. Secondly, viewers, I have an update for you from Western Tigray. We did not discuss this front in the past few days. What's happening there? Well, we have some pictures for you from Western Tigray. You can see when I say it Western Tigray, I do not endorse it to be part of Tigray. I only call it Western Tigray because it was part of Tigray before the start of this war. Both Amhara and Tigray regions have conflicting claims over this zone or this area. You can see some pictures on your screen. This is ninth batch of Amhara Special Forces which graduated today. Where? In Western Tigray. So in Western Tigray, in Humera, Volkayet, Sagede, Amhara regional forces are continuing their recruitments and deployments. Western Tigray is still under the control of Eritrean forces and Amhara special forces, Amhara militia members, despite several attempts, countless attempts, I would say. TDF so far could not make any tangible inroads into Western Tigray, partly due to massive deployments of these Amhara special forces, Amhara militia members, and Eritrean forces. Viewers, again confirmation, Eritrean forces are still in Western Tigray. They have not withdrawn from Western Tigray. A few days ago, we heard rumors that Eritrea was withdrawing from Western Tigray after Daci and Kambolcha came under TDF. But the rumors could not be confirmed. Eritrean forces are still here in Western Tigray. Situation is almost the same. TDF is nowhere in Western Tigray. Lastly, viewers, last night US imposed sanctions on Eritrea. It imposed sanctions on 4 Eritrean entities, including Eritrean Defense Force, Eritrean ruling party, and 2 Eritrean individuals. We were waiting for official response from Eritrea and Ethiopia, viewers. So Ethiopia issued a statement just a few hours ago, Ethiopian government says that Eritrea intervened in Tigray in response to rocket attacks, missile attacks by TDF, by Tigray fighters on Asmara, Eritrean capital. And that Eritrea is not an impediment to sustainable peace in Ethiopia. So Ethiopia is backing Eritrean government. It says that sanctions should be imposed on TPLF, not on Eritrea. Eritrea has also issued a statement. It has rejected the sanction. It says that it is TPLF which is the cause of all unrest in Ethiopia. And the US should impose sanctions on TPLF, not on Eritrea or other actors. Ethiopian government, Eritrean governments, they are still on the same page, viewers. Isaias Afwerki, Abiy Ahmed, since the start of this war, they have been in agreement. As regards the defense taken by Eritrea and Ethiopia that TPLF fight rockets, that is why Eritrea became part of this war. No. Eritrea was part of this war before TDF fired rockets on Asmara. I can confirm because I have been covering this war since the start of this war. Even some independent bodies like Human Rights Commission, they are on record. They reported shelling on Humera from Eritrea side of the border in second week of November. I think it was the 8th or 9th of November when this was reported. And TDF fired rockets on Asmara at the end of second week of November. So Eritrea was part of this war from day one. TDF's move to fire rockets on Asmara was a very unstrategic move. As I said in today's live chat session, it was counterproductive. There was no objective of that move, because immediately after that we saw the TDF had to withdraw from Mekelle into Tambin Mountains. So what was the purpose behind conducting rocket attacks on Asmara? But this rocket attack is being used by Eritrea, by Ethiopia, as a justification for Arab intervention in Ethiopia, in Tigray. Thank you for watching.